girls, well today in math we're looking at lesson practice 130 and it has an A on one side and a B on the other, which means it's a problem solving one and it's a word problem, right? So we're going to be working with word problems again, but I'm going to give you a hint. We're not adding, we're subtracting. So we're taking things away from the picture, right? And we're saying, see ya, we took you away, we subtracted you, we don't really need you in our picture right now, right? So it's a little bit more of a challenge. So I want you to look at the side that has a heart on it, and I want you to look at this big box while I read it. And you can start drawing if you want to see if you are understanding what I'm saying. All right, you ready? Mr. Colling put 5 markers on the table. Some of the markers rolled off the table onto the floor. James saw that there was only 1 marker left on the table. Show how many markers are on the floor. All right, so what do you think we should probably draw in our box? We should probably draw a table, right? So then we can understand that there is a table. Now, I'm just kind of drawing one that looks like in our classroom maybe, the table with the chairs. Okay, so Mr. Colling put 5 markers on the table. So we should probably draw out 5 markers. My markers are all going to be red today. Now I don't add a lot of detail to my markers when I'm in my math. I just kind of draw them so I can see them. So let's check Miss Gish. Ready? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so I have 5 markers on my table. And then it says some of the markers rolled off the table. James saw that there was only 1 marker left on the table. So now we just have to figure out how many rolled off. Now, in order to do this, I'm going to give you a little bit of a hint. You should probably cross off the ones that you think rolled off, right? So James said there was only 1 left. So if you started right here and you went, oh, that one rolled off, that one rolled off, that one rolled off, and that one rolled off. Because you only had 1 left on the table, right? So if you were to draw your table again, only had 1 marker left on the table and the rest were on the floor. This is what it would look like because, boys and girls, let me show you that you crossed off 4. So that means there's 4 markers on the floor and James said there was only 1 left. So what's our problem look like? It says how many markers are on the floor? How many markers are on the floor? There's 4 markers on the floor. Now, boys and girls, if you want to, you can just write 4 and go on to the back side. But if you would like to know the problem, let me show you. So you started with 5, right? And you took away and you got rid of, you crossed off how many? You crossed off 4, right? And you're going to equal 1, right? So that's your expression for this problem if you wanted to write it out. Now you didn't have to, because if you showed your work and you got the answer as 4, you were correct, right? You did the math correct. And subtraction can be a little bit more challenging because it's a little bit more thinking of where the markers are and where you are and what James said, right? So I'll show you this one more time and you can pause on your video if you need to look at Miss Gish's work a little bit longer just to understand it, right? All right, now Miss Gish is gonna move to the back side. And on the back side, there's a little star at the top, okay? Now, it says, each child in Mrs. Smith's class has a box of 8 crayons. When Catherine opened up her box of crayons, she only counted 6. Show how many crayons had been missing. How many crayons are missing from her box? So we should probably draw a box of crayons, right? That'd probably be a great start. Now, Miss Gish is not the best drawer. You guys are way better than Miss Gish. But this is gonna be her box, if you see that. And I am going to draw now. This is gonna be a little tricky. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start with my box having 8 crayons, okay? So then we can see it, okay? Because then we're gonna take away. All right, you ready? So you're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 8. All right, so here Miss Gish's box of crayons, right? She has 8, so let's check her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 crayons, okay? Now, but it says that when Catherine opened her box, she only counted 6. So, let's do this that way. So if she only counted 6, let's count 6 and then cross off the other ones because they were missing, right? They weren't in her box. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if she only had 6 crayons, she didn't have this one or this one, right? So if you look at Miss Gish's shown work, I'm gonna read it to you again. When Catherine opened her box of crayons, she only counted 6 crayons. Show how many crayons were missing. How many crayons are missing, boys and girls? 2, right? So only 2 crayons were missing out of her box. So you'd write a 2 right here. And then it says at the bottom, it says, children's explanation of how you solve the problem. How did we do it? We did subtraction. And I want you to sound it out. Subtraction. It's actually kind of a long word. So I'll show it to you. Subtraction. Now, if you're wondering what the problem looks like, the expression I will show you. So you have 8 in your box to start off with, right? You have 8, right? And you took away 2 because they were missing, right? 2 were missing. Now, this one's kind of a big problem to think in your head. So if you used your fingers and you did this, 8 minus 2. What number do you have? 6. Yeah, good job, boys and girls. So your expression would be 8 minus 2 equals 6. But boys and girls, if you just wrote a 2 in a subtraction and showed your work, you're doing great for right now, boys and girls. I know that subtraction's a little bit more difficult because it's taking it away and it's not putting it all together, and sometimes it's just harder to see. You guys are doing great. I'm so proud of you. So here's my worksheet one more time. Good job. Well, boys and girls, you did math this year. Congratulations, we've done all of our sheets that we're going to do for the year. So the rest of them, you have a few left. You have about, probably, I would say maybe around 10 left or so. And some of them are the math portfolio, so some of them are just fun worksheets. And you can use these over summertime to practice, boys and girls. You can use these to practice some work, okay? So the rest are yours, and so I hope that you've enjoyed math over e-learning, and I've enjoyed it with you. So great job on your subtraction today, and I will see you later.